So working some breaking news this noontime, a big development to report in campaign 2016. Republican frontrunner Dr. Ben Carson reportedly admitting to lying about a major part of his past. This just breaking a couple of minutes ago. And WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi is here tracking what's going on. So exactly what did Dr. Carson admit to today?
So just this weekend, Danielle, retired neurosurgeon Ben Carson had overtaken Donald Trump to become the Republican frontrunner in presidential polls. But as the top contender, there's also been new scrutiny of his claims. And just in the last half hour, we've seen a bombshell story from Politico, the Washington-based newspaper. Now, in his autobiography, Carson told the inspiring story about how his high school success in ROTC led to him winning a full scholarship from the West Point Military Academy, which he said he turned down to become a doctor. But this morning, Carson's campaign manager admitting to Politico that Carson apparently invented that story because West Point is saying it has no record that Carson ever applied to West Point, let alone won a full scholarship there. Carson had already been complaining in recent days, as we've heard, about reporters raising questions related to his personal biography, but this would certainly appear to be the most significant admission on his part about any of that, and it's unclear, since it just happened in the last half hour, what impact this will have on his campaign. But Donald Trump has already weighed in, saying this is, quote, one of many lies by Ben Carson and a big story. Danielle? All
right, well, Ted, if this does damage Carson's campaign, one would imagine that it is going to help Trump, but how much do you think it could?
You know, I think that you're exactly right. That's the reason we saw Trump jump on this. There was actually an interesting poll done a few days ago. The New York Times pointed out that if you took out Carson, if you asked voters, if Carson wasn't in the race, who would you vote for? Donald Trump's support jumped to 34%, which is higher than he's at right now. So you could certainly see Donald Trump getting a boost. But I think also if this is really damaging to Carson, he's been doing so strong in Iowa and also decently in New Hampshire, could give a lot of other candidates new hope as well.
And interesting with the next Republican debate coming up as well.
Coming right up, I bet there'll be a question about it.
All right, Ted, thank you. And we, of course, will continue to follow this development throughout the day. Stay with us and WPRI.com for coverage of these developments and more in campaign 2016 will continue online and throughout the year of campaigning as well.